I can't believe I'm getting to do this in a bright pink sari, ready or not. Women telling women stories. It's Barbie time! Hey all, my name is Acharita. This is my channel where I bring to you movie reviews, interviews, and some more very cool stuff. Soon, today, let's talk about creative genius Greta Gerwig's Barbie, now in movie theaters. Intellectual property movies have been on the rise in Hollywood, most of which have little cinematic value to offer and are clearly cash grabs. Sonic, Mario, Uncharted. So when it was announced that Greta Gerwig is directing a Barbie movie co-written with partner Noah Baumbach, then that first 2001: A Space Odyssey teaser was released, everyone's curiosity is rightfully piqued. You know, this isn't a sellout filmmaker, but Barbie's parent company Mattel is a producer on this film, so it can't really be a crushing indictment of corporate greed, inducting mere children into the evil clutches of insatiable consumerism. So then what is it? And hence, my desire to won this mystery keep getting thicker. I stayed diligently away from promotions, further trailers, early reactions, everything. A decision that has paid off very well.
What do I have to do? You have to go to the real world.
You see, I wasn't prepared for Barbie to be transported to Barbie Land, Themyscira of sorts, where all important and ministerial positions are held by women, all women are Barbies, and all Barbies have fulfilling lives with careers and ambition. Now, all these Barbies also seem exclusively American for the most part, so it checks out that they are blissfully unaware there is a world outside Barbie Land, the real world where patriarchy still runs everything, governing everyone. Margot Robbie plays stereotypical Barbie, who is perfectly happy in her mansion, throwing dance parties and going to the beach with her girlfriends until one day, suddenly, unprompted, she begins to think of human thoughts like death. And it's kind of depressed the next day when she wakes up. Then she finds out that to solve the mystery of her abruptly altered demeanor, she will have to travel to the real world. Ryan Gosling as Ken goes along. You know, a lot has been said about how so many actors pop up in the newest Nolan movie because one assumes everyone wants a piece of that glory. But honestly, that number is very comparable to the number of Oscar winners and nominees and other actors in Greta Gerwig's new film. A filmmaker who, by the way, only directed her first mainstream feature in 2017, by which time Nolan, with a 20-year head start, was already on Dunkirk. And she gets to have a film being called an equal competitor this summer. And she birthed a whole child earlier this year. God. You know, with every new Greta Gerwig movie, I come out wishing I had the ability to think as freely as her, possess an imagination so unbridled, untamed, unafraid. I too may be able to take an old story like Little Women and still create something new with it.
Do you guys ever think about dying?
With Barbie, the writer-director goes, as Will Ferrell's character says in the film, beyond what the human mind can imagine. I paraphrase, but not so much as, you know, challenging the boundaries of cinematic storytelling, but more of a, how much can we turn Ryan Gosling into Varun Dhawan? A lot. Gosling is simply fabulous as a stereotypical Ken whose profession is simply beach. This is not an acting performance that requires him to only look pretty, work on those abs, and have a dance-off with a gorgeous piece of my heart, Simu Liu, but also, Barbie the movie needs him to become the literal face of patriarchy, absorbing it, letting it go to his head, and change the world as we know it within 48 hours while continuing to pretend to be a silly character in a silly film. Is he Adam from Adam and Eve? Is he every white world leader there has ever been? Is he the man who refuses to hear the word no? Or is it just a basic-ass surfer dude whose favorite band is Matchbox 20? In Greta Gerwig's world, Ken is all of the above, much like real life, where men reap most of the benefits of most systems they've only put in place, enabling them to be a million different things at the same time, without much pushback. The beauty of the performance lies in how easy Ryan Gosling makes it all look. When Ken accompanies Barbie to the real world, within hours he realizes what Barbie Land is missing is patriarchy and men on horses, and he imports the basics of both. It's very clever writing, mixing fantasy with magic realism and some solid feminist commentary.
Ideas live forever.
As Barbie runs away from the CEOs and senior management at Mattel trying to put her in a box, Ken takes over Barbie Land all too easily and with the help of other men reduces accomplished Barbies simply to girlfriends and objects of desire wearing short skirts. It's clear what Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach are saying with their ridiculously playful movie, even though occasionally how they say it tends to hit you over the head with a dull hammer a bit. America Ferrera as a human gets a wonderful, designed to be rousing but still basic speech about the ridiculous expectations from women in everyday life. It is not something you've not heard before. The ideas, even the words being spoken, are not super fresh, but it does its intended job of one more time bluntly pointing out how important it is for women to just be pissed off on a regular basis. जब तक हर माइक्रो अग्रेशन पर गुस्सा नहीं आएगा और गुस्से को जाहिर नहीं करेंगे हम, सामने वाले को घंटा पता चलना है. Barbie's attempt is to simply boil down patriarchy to its essential tenets. The world must be made easier for men, and hence men will now make all the rules. Women will be made fun of. Harmful stereotypes will be designed to be attached to women. A web of lies and injustices to keep us occupied and confused within, so we may never have the strength or time to raise up to the point where structural gender-based discrimination may be tackled head-on and defeated.
You have to want to know, okay? Do it again.
It clearly is an interest area for Gerwig to go to the genesis of an arrangement such as this. How is it that we've come to live in a world where random rules defining who does the housework exist? Real life से बेहतर तो फिर बार्बी की make believe दुनिया हो गई ना, जहां ना genitals है ना gender norms. Side note, another writer-director pondering questions on the same lines is Pakistani filmmaker Saim Sadek, who made Joyland. Watch our lovely little interview about the movie right here. Either. Now, Barbie hit home. I don't even know when in my viewing it became personal. As a female whose job is literally to present opinion on the internet, Indian internet, where more than half of the people watching are men, are male, every single thing that comes out of my mouth deepens the red on the target placed on my very visible face. As I say this sentence out loud, I can almost see someone begin to type hashtag not all men style comments, defending themselves, assuming it's specifically them being spoken about. Every couple of days when a video goes up, I spend days ridden with anxiety. I'm not even kidding, reading comments because I like to feel connected, but also dreading that one comment that will send me down an anxiety spiral. Just yesterday, I was speaking with my husband and I said, I wish the world weren't so. I wish the internet was a kinder place. I wish I didn't have to feel nervous all the time. When you sit and think about how, as someone with a platform and somewhat of a voice, I can help make the internet a more welcoming space for women, I can't think of a better way than to keep doing what I do week after week. It's the only thing I know. Greta Gerwig also realizes the opportunity she has, the stage she has managed to reach and create for herself, the responsibility that she now carries. Margot Robbie, as her actor and also a producer on the film, clearly is also a believer in the same ideals. She's also looking for the same satisfaction of knowing that they are making a difference, that they're helping. Instead of a hard-hitting drama, this time they choose humor, silliness, lots and lots of pink, bare-chested Shruti Gatwa, a hilarious Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu dance-off, Will Ferrell in a pink tie, John Cena as a mermaid. The cast is all in on it. Every last one is having a blast. Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie is literally my perfect idea of a best friend, a woman deemed unhinged simply because she chooses to live on her own terms. Societal expectations be damned. Yes, there is a stereotyped teenage daughter with a stereotyped defeated mother, but I am willing to overlook that and frankly the screenplay's unexpected pacing issues in favor of an author Barbie woken up from her reverie wondering why under the influence of patriarchy was she suddenly so passionate about Zack Snyder's Justice League cut. We've been there, Barbie. We've all been there.
My heels are on the ground.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, Barbie is at one point Helen Mirren in her voiceover breaks the fourth wall and addresses Margot Robbie being too pretty an actor to complain about not looking good as Barbie quite literally in the middle of the movie. That's how much fun they've had with this one. Theaters mein lagi hai, bilkul dekhna mere kehne par. I hope you've had a chance to watch my Oppenheimer review. If not, here it is again. Hum 100,000 subscribers ke paas pahunch rahe hain slowly but steadily. I'm so proud of this community we're building together. Share this review with people you know. Subscribe to my channel. Let's get to that 100. My name is Sucharita. Thank you for stopping by.